On today's show, we're going to create a nice little appetizer with oysters. I call it Oysters Abaco. Why? Because I think Oysters Rockefeller, which is what this is going to be, seems to be a little overused, and my little bar and grill I've got here at the house is Abaco's Bar and Grill, so hey, why the heck not? Oysters Abaco it is. Hey, welcome to Gourmet Fishing. I'm your host, David Amari. We've got everything we need right here, so let's go ahead and get started on our Oysters Abaco right now. Let's go ahead and get started on our Oysters Abaco or Oysters Rockefeller. We got all our ingredients right here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and take a look. We got some butter. We got, before we talk about what we have here, this recipe is good for about 1.5 to 2 dozen oysters. I've cut it in half because I'm only going to do 4 oysters because it's just me, and I don't think I can eat 2 dozen Oysters Abaco at all. So anyway, recipe you'll download will be good for 1.5 to 2 dozen. So anyway, we've got butter right here. I got 2 tablespoons of butter. I've kind of cubed up right here. This is a small shallot, or just use a half of a normal size shallot. It's that's kind of a normal size, so I used the one that was a little smaller than that. Chop that up, mince that up. Got a small clove of garlic. Same thing, minced it up. And over here we've got about a little less than a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a healthy pinch of salt. Then right here we got some nice oysters, beautiful single selects right there. And these are in my little ceramic oyster appetizer holders, whatever you want to call it. Then over here we've got 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. We've got about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and right here, this is kind of a little secret to it, 1.5 tablespoons of Sambuca, which is a licorice flavored liqueur, I guess you could call it. Let's see, what does it say? Yep, liqueur classico. Anyway, so that's Sambuca. That makes a pretty good difference. Then right here we've got about 4 ounces of spinach. Trying to jump out. And then over here I'm preheating our pan right now. So this right here kind of goes on top of the oysters first, and then right here is going to be, I guess, our topping, which is, that's a 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. We got a tablespoon of butter, and yes, it is room temperature, just what we need. We got a tablespoon of lemon zest, and we've got a tablespoon of chopped parsley, 1/2 tablespoon of chopped thyme. And then right here, we've got, I believe that's a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. So, I think that's it. Yep, we talked about those oysters back there, and we got a little bit of parsley over here, and some lemon wedges also for garnish, and we'll probably have magically appeared slices of toasted French bread here too that'll go along with this. So I tell you what, why don't we go ahead, and I'm going to move this right back here, get the topping out of the way because we don't need that quite yet, and then I'm going to move our little oysters back here with their friends so they can sit there and hang out while we do this, move this out of the way. So let's go ahead and get rolling. We're going to add our butter to our pan, and we're going to melt that and let that kind of get to, well, it's almost bubbling now. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I got it on medium heat. Don't want to burn it, but we're going to melt this butter, and we're going to let it get kind of to the point of where it begins to bubble, and then we'll move on. All right, I tell you what, we got a little bubbling, a little foamy action going there. So we're going to come in here. We're going to add our shallot just like so, and we're going to saute, cook that down for a couple of minutes, just like that. And oh man, that smell! I don't know, there's something about butter and some type of an onion cooking down. Man, that smells good. Man, I tell you what, that is looking good. Heck yeah. Now I'm going to come in and drop in our garlic That right there is going to take no time at all, probably I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. You know, you can almost, you know, really, the minute you can kind of sort of smell it cooking, that means it's about time for you to move to your next step. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to come in with our salt and our cayenne pepper. We're going to kind of sort of get that in. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and move these out of the way. We don't need them anymore. Just like that. Now we're going to let this kind of do its thing for a couple of seconds or two, maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Heck yeah. And then we'll move on to our next step. Heck yeah. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead. That's been about 15 seconds. I'm going to add my lemon juice. Like that. Kind of get that in there. Ooh, man. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to come in here and add the magic, which is Sambuca. Yes. Just like that. Yeah. If you like licorice. Oh, yeah. I don't know if y'all remember. I was, you know, I am kind of old. Something called paregoric when you were sick as a kid. That's what that tastes like. Anywho, now, see how we are right there with our liquid paregoric. Y'all like that? Anyway, so anywho, I don't know how many of y'all will understand what that is, but we're going to reduce this by about half the liquid volume, and then we will, yes, we'll begin to move on to this, and then our spinach. And then this is a very quick recipe. Heck yeah. So again, we're going to reduce this and then we'll move on from there. Heck yeah. All right, I tell you what that looks like. I think that looks like about half. So now we're going to come in here. We're going to add a couple of tablespoons of heavy cream. I'm using 40% cream. It doesn't have to be. It could be the, what is regular cream, 36 or something like that. So we're going to come in here. Here we are, just like that. Now again, we're going to let this kind of sort of cook down by half one more time, and then we'll begin to wilt and cook our spinach. Right, now I'm going to come in here. We're going to add our spinach, just like so. Oh no, I lost one. Anyway, they're not pulling out like, anyway. So here we go. We got that, and you go. Now, if you want to, you can put the spinach in before you do the cream. Whatever, that's fine. I didn't, so anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. No, I'm just joking, it's fine. So here we go. We're going to now cook this down. I'm going to turn it on about a medium low, and it'll be amazing how this spinach just goes. Volume is just goes away when it's cooked down. So here we go. We're going to cook this down, and then we're going to be ready to move on to our topping. Yes. Oh yeah, man, that is looking pretty good. Look how that's just wilted up. It's amazing how it just, and it's still going to go a little bit more as we get in. Move that up to about medium. That's kind of where we are. Heck yeah, that's going to work fine. Now, tell you what, let's go ahead and get started on our topping. Heck yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Got my little Cuisinart there, chopper, and chop, grind, chop, whatever. So we're going to come in here and we're going to add our breadcrumbs, and then we're going to come in here with our butter. Let's go, just like so. Yum, yum. Sorry about that. A little loud. So now we're going to come in here. We're going to pulse this a couple times, get everything mixed up, just like so. Let's see, so y'all can see it a little bit better. Boom. Grind, chop, grind, chop, just like that. Now, tell you what, let's take a look at that. That looks, yep, looks pretty good. So now I'm going to come in here. We're going to add our lemon zest, like so. And I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my other herbs to it, just like that. That is a tablespoon of chopped parsley and half tablespoon of chopped thyme. Out the way. Now here we go. Yeah, I kind of like this one, the way you can go one way and then the other way. It just kind of helps knock it out. So there we are. All right, I tell you what, man, that is looking pretty good right there. Heck yeah. So I tell you what, we're getting close. How are we doing? Heck yeah, that's looking good. Oop, making a mess. Cook that down a little bit more. Now let's come back in here Now, if you want, you can, instead of pulsing up the thyme and parsley, you can fold that in after you put the cheese if you want. So that's just something else you can do. So back in here, and a couple more pulses, just like that. All right, I tell you what, that's looking good now. Okay, yeah, I tell you what, that's also looking good too. So, heat off. We're gonna move this right over here. We're gonna let that cool down just a tad. Now, we've got this. So, we're gonna come in here with this, move you right there, get the blade out of the way. We've got that. Now I'm gonna come in and move you out of the way. And while we do that, we're going to grab ourselves a little ramekin, and we're going to add this, whoop, just like so, making a mess. Now, I mentioned folding in the parsley and thyme in lieu of pulsing it like we did, because I don't have a problem with it. I kind of like the green color. So that's what happens when you pulse in the parsley and the thyme. It kind of takes those colors and all the oils and slings them out through the breadcrumbs. It's up to you. You know, maybe you don't like the green color. Probably not. Everything's fine. So I tell you what, we're going to let this cool down. We're going to get the oven heated up under the broiler, and then we're going to begin to make our Oysters Abaco. Yes. All right, we did a little cleanup here, a little reorganization, kind of sort of created a little workstation right here. Replaced my white tile with a green one so it matches my breadcrumb mixer. Anywho, so we've I went ahead and I transferred our spinach goodies to a little small container here, and it helped it cool off a little quicker than that aluminum pan that holds that heat a tad. So what are we going to do? We're going to add some of our spinach mixture on top of our oysters. Then we're going to top it with our breadcrumbs. Into the broiler we go, and heck, about 2.5 minutes later, we'll be eating Oysters Abaco. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to grab some of our, let's see, we'll come in here with this guy right here first. And you go, we'll add a little bit more, just like that. Heck yeah. Oh man, it's going to be good here in a few. So just, you know, you don't have to be stingy with it. Load it up, heck yeah. Especially if you only got 4. You don't have to worry about figuring out, oh my God, I got 2 dozen to go. So anyway, there we are. So just like that. Move this in. Like that. What the heck? Let's come in. I tell you what, that looks like we got pretty good coverage. We will retire our spinach goodies. Now we're going to come in just like here with our breadcrumb and cheese mixture, just like that. Top, boom, just like that. Heck yeah! Again, you can add as much as you want. This is probably about a couple of. It's either I'd say closer to a half a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon, because that's supposed to be a teaspoon anyway. So I tell you what, that guy. Gonna add just a tad right there and right here. Okay, that's good. The heck with it. Anyway, there we go. Now into the oven we go, and we will be ready to munch down on some Oysters Abaco here in a couple of minutes. Oh man, check that out right there. Nice and toasty on top. Heck yeah, that is gonna be delicious. Heck yeah. So anyway, we got those done. I will hang on to you because that sucker's still hot. Came in here with a little plate, got some rock salt and a little bit of garnish up there for us. Now a lot of times rock salt is used when you do shuck your own oysters. You know, these are supposed to have a little flat bottom, so they should, as you can see right there, they're kind of standing up, except for that guy right there. I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyway, usually put the rock salt down and you can lay your oysters in there and they won't wobble. So I tell you what, let's see. trying to figure out, you know what, let me grab these, quick rinse, like so. I think the little silicone covered tongs are gonna work out best for us. So maybe, I don't know, let's see. Maybe not. Is that really hot? Let's see. Yes, it's warm. Daggone it. Whoop. Yep, that is not gonna work. So we're going to come in here with our towel and do this. Look at that. Oh man. Kind of give that a rest right there. Let's see. We'll get this guy here. Yeah, I was trying to be a little cool, I guess you could say, with my with my placement. That didn't work at all. As usual, then we'll come in here and add that just like that. Voila. And we'll grab this guy right here. I'm gonna spin him around. And voila, there we are. Heck yeah, man. Check that out right there. Heck yeah, that's our Oysters Abaco. Oh man, yum, yum, yum. Man, these are gonna be good. So I got this little lone guy over here. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's see if I can burn myself. And almost, yes, that was a little warm. I'm gonna move this guy out the way, out of sight, out of mind. Hopefully I won't get hurt. So let's come in here and see what we can do with this little guy right here. Okay, heck yeah. Try to get him. Whew. Please don't be hot. Please don't be hot. Let's see. Okay, not bad. Oh goodness, that is ridiculously delicious. I'm telling you. Wow. I tell you, that is so good. I'm gonna grab the rest of this right here. Wow. Man, what? Get all that. That really is good. It's delicious. I'm trying to finish that up. That Sambuca really does add a unique depth of flavor to our Oysters Rockefeller, or as I call it, my Oysters Abaco. Heck yeah, man, that is, boy, those things are good. Hey, how about right down here and try our Oysters Clemson, or our black and blue grilled oysters. And then right, where are we? Right there. Yes, sirree. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. It all does help. And until next time, God bless, and we'll see y'all soon.